Good afternoon. Welcome to the tea table. I'm so happy you've joined me on this gorgeous end of May, almost June, beautiful Thursday. And if you haven't gotten your tea yet, please pause and get your tea. And I will be waiting for you. And I have 2 cups and 2 saucers and a creamer. So I'm going to show you. This is a very small platter that this tea set goes on. So here we go. And I added the creamer, which is not, let me take the creamer back a bit. Wait a minute here. Let's see what's going on. The tea set by itself is so lovely. Let's look at it. It's gold and white, and it is just so peaceful. It's just peaceful. And it could be considered a little bit modern, but it's also classic. It's got the best of all worlds. And this is a cup for you. And I'm going to pour out. And I'm going to put your cup down here because I'm going to let you put the creamer or the sugar in. And then my other cup, this is my cup. And we will pour out. Oh, I love the steam outside. We should all be outside as much as we can. Sometimes it's just easy to be tempted to stay inside. We become so accustomed to it. And yet, I really believe the seasons are from God. And when the sun comes, we need to go out. Breathe in fresh air. Yes. That tastes like Queen Elizabeth tea. The Queen loved good black tea, the late Queen, and she loved Earl Grey, which I do also. She was, of course, an extremely orderly lady, and her life ran like a clock. But in the center of her life was a lot of peace. She had a very peaceful spirit. She accepted her duty, being born into the royal family. It was not her choice. It was it was bequeathed upon her, and she rose to the occasion. Yes. I have a little rose on the table today, and I would really like to put it on. Let's see if we can fit it on the little tea tray. I'll take my cup off. We'll put the pot, the little rose, and the creamer, which is an old vintage, lovely European creamer. Oh, now isn't that pretty? Let's see, let's move the rose this way. Oh, it's one of these fabulous cabbage roses. Oh, so beautiful. Yes. Oh my. Well, I'm so happy you're with me today, and I have behind me one of my favorite flowers that I find the most hardy, dependable, surviving, persevering flowers, the beautiful geranium, and it's in a blue and white Dutch pot, and my hat is somewhat blocking it, but I just felt like wearing straw today and a touch of black. And I'm wearing a Baltic amber necklace that is very unique. You may notice I wear a lot of Baltic amber. It's just a basic stone that I really love. This is very special. My friend Elizabeth brought me this from Danzig. And it's hard to see, but it's a carved cameo within the Baltic amber. So it's very unusual. And I thought, I'm going to wear that. It feels like it goes with the black and the brown. This is a beautiful Patricia Nash. It has the fleur-de-lis and all the French symbols. I love fleur-de-lis. My name, Susan, is Shoshana or Suzanne, Susanna. All the derivatives mean lily. Lily. Yes, it's a Hebrew name. Shoshana. That's what it comes from. And it's in several special places in the Old Testament. Remember Queen Esther? She was in the palace of Shushan. Now this hat, let's see. I want to be able to see you. It's a little bit like an Audrey Hepburn brim. Just a really fun hat, and it protects my face, and yet I can see out, and it's practical. Well, I want to tell you what happened. On Memorial Day, I had a very special thing occur. That song that you saw on my Tea Talk, which went around announcing, it's on the channel, the YouTube channel. It's a song I wrote many years ago, and we recorded it as a family. That's my two sons and my husband. Sam is playing violin, Michael Christian is playing cello, my husband is singing with me and playing string bass. Well, I wrote that song for National Day of Prayer years ago, and every year I have had the privilege of singing it in the Rotunda, the years we have been there. And this last year, which was early this month, May 1st, I don't know if you remember, I had fallen and kind of strained my wrist. It was in a kind of a sling, and so I couldn't play my guitar. And you know, I had never really thought about it, but I felt really bad after I left. I thought, I really felt like I wanted to hear that. I have been craving to hear acoustic instruments. There is so much electronic in the world, and I wanted to hear that strum of the acoustic guitar reverberate through that rotunda. Well, my friend Ruth, who I've told you about, that is publishing this paper called Stand. Now she's been doing it for a year. She's brought them out quarterly. She said, I'm going to do an article on the Rotunda event. And do you have your song recorded? And I said, yes. It's an old recording. It's on a CD. She said, well, if you can get it uploaded and to me, we will put it on a QR code, and we can put it with the article in the next newspaper. Now, can you imagine the world we live in right now? So my son Sam, who has a degree in post-sound production, his sound room looks like a rocket ship. It's pretty complex. Well, he's very, very busy. He started a different business that he's been working on, but he took time out and cleaned up the song, he called it, because it had to go from what it was recorded into digital, and finally got it uploaded. Well, then I didn't know how to do a cue and, one of those cue things, and he didn't know how either, and no one knew how. And then a dear girl, Fernanda, my other son Michael's friend, was with us on Memorial Day. She's an engineer. She's really, really technically up there. And she figured it out in about 3 minutes, put it up, posted it to the YouTube channel, sent the cue code to Ruth, who was just doing the end of her production. It was going to the printer literally within an hour. It had to all be done. It ended up all working. Can you believe it? So I didn't plan to put that song on the tea table, but I had to put it somewhere on YouTube, and that was the easiest place. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I feel like that song, I feel God gave me that song. I remember when I wrote it. I was driving in my black van with all my kids. They were all with me. And I was just thinking of America and how much help we need from God. And I thought, Lord, our land needs healing. This was after all the Iraq War and, well, no, the Iraq War hadn't started yet, but it was other things needed help, and we always need help. So it's a prayer, and I hope you enjoy it. Please enjoy it. And I thought, what a redemption, not just that because I didn't sing it, that's really the reason it happened. So you lose one thing, but then you gain another. And this is what life is like. And for you who remember Corrie ten Boom, I met her on several occasions in Europe. She was a beautiful Dutch lady who her whole family, the book The Hiding Place is about her family and how they hid Jewish babies during World War II in their own house. And finally her father died. They were all they had a Judas who gave them away, and the Gestapo came and they all went to the gas chambers, and she miraculously survived. Her beloved sister died, Betsy. You can read the book called The Hiding Place or watch the movie. It's on YouTube. Beautiful movie, beautiful music. Oh my goodness. Well, Corrie had been through everything, and her message was forgiveness. And she told the story of how once she was speaking in a big cathedral because people had her start speaking about her story. And she was talking about forgiveness and not letting bitterness come in our lives. It's like poison. And after the service, she's standing there, and up walks this man, looks right in her face. It was the prison guard that was cruel, and her beloved sister Betsy died because of deprivation in that terrible, terrible concentration camp. And she had a flash in a moment. Ooh, it all came back. And he reached his hand. He said, "Will you forgive me? I was so wrong." And she hesitated a moment, and then she felt God gave her the grace, and she looked him right in the eye. She said, "Jesus has forgiven me of all my sins. I forgive you." Now, isn't that beautiful? And Corrie said something really profound that I never forgot. She said, when God closes a door, he opens a window. In other words, when sometimes things don't work the way we want, and we feel, oh, I wish I could make this happen, but it's not happening, give it to God and let him open a window. And that's really what happened with this song. I mean, I never even dreamed I could get my song off the CD because nobody has CD players. They don't even sell CD players. So how do you listen to music on a CD? It has to be uploaded. And because of this other not working, the new came. Isn't that a story for the ages? Isn't that all of our story? If we really look at what God has done for all of us, protecting us through all these years, keeping us safe. I tell you, we have so many miracles, all of us, probably miracles that we don't know about because we're all still here, thank God. And I just want to encourage you that if you've had a disappointment and something seems like a closed door, give it to God and ask him, "Dear Jesus, would you please open a window?" And he will. He will open a window for you. Yes, he will. It's faith. Faith is the key that unlocks the door. Click. Yes, faith. My, Well, I did bring you a treat. Yes, I did. And it's in this tin. And it's a tin of shortbread. And I think I've had this on here before, and it's the King Charles. Oh no. Oh my goodness. That's one of those bugs. Those big bugs. Ay, ay, ay. That's the first time I've seen one. We didn't have them last year. Oh, I pray they don't come this year. Do you know what I'm talking about? They look like flat bugs, and I don't know where they came from, but last year we didn't have any. I pray to God they don't come. They're so scary. I guess they don't really harm you, but who knows what they're bringing with them, right? Well, let's forget the cookies for this time. Just know that there's biscuits there. But for you who always like a purse, this is a purse with a little ribbon bow, and it looks like a fleur-de-lis. And it's black woven with black kind of plastic buttons that look like black pattern. And I just think it's really a fun little purse. I think it's a little vintage purse. And I have discovered I really like a purse that opens on the top like this, but that yet closes. But it makes it so easy when you're getting out of your car, your keys, getting your wallet out for shopping, getting your sunglasses, getting your glasses, getting the Kleenex. And then when you have something small and you need most women, sadly, we don't have pockets. Men have these wonderful pockets. And I love to have somewhere to put something. So isn't that nice? And I thought it goes with, it's a black straw, but this is a wonderful tan straw and with a black band. I think it's classic. I think this hat could have gone to the 30s, the 40s. I'm really partial to the 1930 movies with the beautiful clothes, the purses, the cars, the men's clothes, the women's clothes. Everything is so quality. I love it, and I love the style, the furs, and most of the old movies are good. They have most of them have good moral lessons, and so they're safe to watch. I only like watching really good, positive, good ending movies, good ending stories. I like to keep my soul up, happy. I don't want it to be too torn up. I want it to resolve, yes. And I will tell you, now this sounds a little bit, if you knew me, this is a little bit unique, but I really love John Wayne now. I love John Wayne. He's such a man. He stands so tall. He's so protective. He comes in, takes care of everything. I love John Wayne, and they always have a good ending. I was so busy when my kids were little. I was the one in the kitchen making the popcorn, fixing the snack, cleaning the kitchen, getting it ready. Well, they were if they got to watch something, which was sometimes Friday night, we would have a special night of watching. And they watch John Wayne so much. I have 5 sons, and my husband, they love John Wayne. I had never really watched one because I was doing all the serving. Yes, somebody has to do it. Now I love John Wayne, and I'll tell you the other one I love. I love Agatha Christie's Poirot with David Suchet. Isn't he grand? And his clothing and all of the design of all the sets, and they go all over England, all over the world really. They film in Greece and Italy, and it was done in the 90s and the 2000s, I believe. And my husband and I love David, and David Suchet is a beautiful person. He became a believer, a Christian, in early 2000. He was in a hotel, and he found a Gideon Bible and started reading it, and it spoke to his heart. And now He has gone to, I believe, St. Paul's Cathedral and read the entire Bible on tape. You can get it on YouTube, David Suchet, reading the scriptures, and he reads so beautifully. What an actor, what a heart, beautiful person. Yes, he's the little Belgium detective that solves all the problems. Well, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have had a good week. And I will read you a poem next time, but I thought with talking about this song, I've already put out a poem. A song is a poem put to music, and so feel free to pass Lord Heal Our Land around. It's for everyone to enjoy. Yes. And don't forget this week, now this is a very good idea. This is a platter, and the teapot matches the platter. And I have the teapot, the creamer, the flour on the platter, and then I can tuck on the side the 2 cups and saucers, because they don't have to stay on the platter. Once you serve, I hold a cup and saucer, and then whoever I'm having tea with has a cup and saucer. Or if I'm having 3 or 4 friends, we all have a cup of tea. Isn't that great? It all works out. Yes. Well, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Please push the notification bell and the like button and share. And my darling granddaughter, Chloe, she has been on here. She has put this tea talk on TikTok. So she's in charge. I don't know how to do these things, but if you're interested, you might want to check it out. So, okay. And I think it's called Tea Talk. I think that's what she has it under, but I don't know exactly how to find it except my name, Susan Shoemaker. So have a great week. Have a wonderful weekend. The weather looks like it's coming back up. It rained last night and the flowers needed it, and now it's sunny. Yes. God bless each of you, and don't forget what I said. If the door closes, ask God and He will open a window. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time.